Thank you so much. Today we had a new General Affairs Council meeting under the Romanian presidency. We had a very constructive discussion on the multi-financial framework. In this regard, I would like briefly to remind you that starting with March, Romanian presidency put on the agenda of the whole General Affairs Council meetings a discussion on the MFF. I think in the last ones we were focusing on thematic discussions in order to see the opinion of the member states how we should make the EU budget more effective and more flexible. We discussed at the informal GAC in February on the complementarity between different policies and instruments, as well as the flexibility elements in the new MFF. Then, at the GAC meeting in March, we tackled the issue related to addressing the challenges of migration and climate in the new EU budget. Last month, in April, we had an exchange of views on how cohesion policy and agriculture could be strengthened and modernized. And in parallel, during the first 3 months, we have focused on the negotiations with the European Parliament on the sectoral-related proposals of the MFF. The outcome was very positive, since we have managed to conclude 11 common understandings with the European Parliament on several essential sectoral legislative proposals, and substantial progress has been achieved on others. These are very important ones, like, Horizon, I think European Defence Fund. I think we have managed to get agreement on some of the ones that were really expiring, and I think this is a very positive contribution of the Romanian presidency when it comes to the next MFF. All of these are a strong basis for work with the upcoming European Parliament, and I think this would give the grounds to the next presidency to have a swift adoption and implementation of the new MFF. Today, we had the last thematic debate with a focus on the external dimension of the EU budget, emphasizing 2 key elements, namely the European Development Fund and the European Neighbourhood Instrument. Our today discussions were focused on the right balance between flexibility and predictability for the MFF chapter on external action, having in mind the impact of the proposal put forward by the Commission to include the European Development Fund within the new instrument on the neighbourhood, development and international cooperation. I can really conclude that the Council had a very useful exchange of views on the external dimension that should be present in the next MFF. All this discussion will fed into the preparation for a revised draft negotiating box, I think, which is going to be the major contribution of the Romanian presidency for the June European Council. We will discuss in full this Romanian proposal when time is right. That means in the General Affairs Council in the month of June. We exchanged views on the draft annotated agenda of the June European Council. And I think this is an important one. So a follow-up of the Sibiu summit. It was an important discussion on the strategic agenda. We discussed, this is the first discussion about the strategic agenda. I think we have time till the June Council that each member state will have its own ideas, and I think the presidency is ready to take stock and use it in order to come with a comprehensive proposal. The European Council will turn to the MFF, as I already mentioned. By then, I think Romania is going to come with a nego box proposal. And there's well another issue that is going to be important in the European Council is the climate change issues. We are going to have as well then the usual European semester item of country specifications. On the other items, I think the European Council will take note of a lesson learned report on disinformation in the European elections prepared by the Presidency in cooperation with the Commission and the High Representative. The item on enlargement is very important this year, taking into account the commitment of last year. And we are looking forward to the Commission forthcoming enlargement package 2019 that is going to come later this month. And of course, as is usual, the June European Council is going to have a place reserved for external relations, for foreign policy. Today as well, we discussed a couple of other issues as any other business. I think the Romanian presidency made information about conference organized on the 4th of April in Bucharest on the European semester and what would be the future European semester, how we should better tailor European semester in order to respond to the needs, or not only of the member states, but on the needs of the expectations of the citizens from the exercise. Secondly, I think the Commission and the first Vice President made an information about the Commission's paper on the rule of law and trying to have the peer review, trying to create a mechanism that applies to all and for all and with the same rules applying in the member states. I think this is something that is going to be followed up by the Commission before the summer, and this is what he mentioned to us, before the summer recess. The third item was, together with my French colleague, we were very happy to inform the colleagues about what we have done in Paris. I think it's a lot more work that can be done by the Ministers for European Affairs, together with other line ministries, and we had a good discussion about the lessons learned from Notre Dame. This is exactly the European spirit, how we can learn from the challenges and how we can create better rules and procedures. We had a discussion in Paris, as you are all aware, of the European Affairs Ministers, together with cultural ministers, discussing about the role of the young generation in preserving the common European heritage. As well, we had a great discussion about how we can keep and preserve the skills that are lost, that are so much needed for preserving and restoration of the monuments in Europe. And the third part, seeing how we can use all the programs that already exist in the European budget for preservation of monuments, in the same time using better the synergies and trying to see what are the financing needs for European monuments. Sometimes one of the lessons learned of Notre Dame is that I think we should invest more in the past in order to be able to come with a better future. So thank you so much.